we want to play our scales without vibrato first, so that we really focus on that intonation, getting it in tune.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, when we add vibrato, we want to make sure that we are vibrating every note.
That's
so it's
right.
not just, oh, I'm just, my second finger is always vibrating, but my third is never vibrating. So, yeah, be really conscious of that in tune. In tune. So everyone is in tune, and then you can go through and add the vibrato to the note that's in tune, instead of using that vibrato to cover up your intonation. Can you play it without vibrato? Yeah. See how you play it slightly flat, and you use your vibrato
to cover
fix
up.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you can practice. So if for example I play this and it's out of tune, right? Keep doing it until you can come down with your fingers in tune.
In the right position.
Yeah, instead of being flat
Right,
and
right,
using
right.
your vibrato. Okay. Better already. Much better.
Yeah.
First
Makes
finger
sense.
was a little bit off, but you can keep working on it. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is really, really good. Did you work on the bowings
Yeah.
as well?
Yeah, this assignment up here.
Okay. Okay, this is great. You just did it on the open string. That's perfect. What we use these for is actually with the scale.
Oh.
Okay, so number one means we're going to do the scale entirely in quarter notes.
Quarter
Okay?
notes. Oh,
So
okay.
now we're playing our scale. And we do that. We do the whole scale.
Quarter.
And now we're going to do the whole scale with the downs. So I'm going to go. Right? So I'm going up the whole scale. And then I can even challenge myself and say, you know what? I'm not going to do two Ds, two Es, but I'm going to go. Right? Okay, and now I'm going to do my scale with this bowing. So I'm going to go. Now I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to go. See how I'm using these different bowings on the scale.
Oh, yeah. I see.
Yeah, so these are just the suggested
So
bowings.
but it has to be in scale.
But it's not just on. You can start with the D string just to get yourself working.
Yeah,
with
it doesn't have to be like a 4 beats. It can be the whole scale.
Yeah.
For the rhythm, I see.
Now I noticed your third finger vibrated every time.
Every
Nothing
time
else did.
Right.
So again, choose. Are you playing with vibrato or not? Good. Now I want you to do that. You know how you know the scale. Play for a moment into the camera, and then I'm going to show you. So what I want you to notice, you already did better. I think looking at the camera helped.
Yeah.
But what you were doing is you were, for the double downs, you were doing this.
Oh.
Now, do you see what I'm doing with my shoulder? I'm kind
Yes.
of raising it for each one.
Yeah, yeah.
So the trick is to be able to do those downs, keeping your shoulder
Stable.
loose and down without going kind of over like
see.
this. Yeah, much better. Good.
Okay.
Yeah,
then
excellent.
Okay.
Good. Now another thing, I don't know if it's because my music stand is too low, but you're a little bit
Conquer down.
with your instrument turned a little bit too far this way, so that when you're, I'm exaggerating, but do
Yeah.
you see how it's a little bit hard for me to keep my bow on my string? It kind
Right.
of falls down. So we want to keep, there is a little bit of a turn, but again, remember how you're stacking. You have your left foot,
Yeah.
you have your arm over your left foot, you have your instrument on top of that. See how I'm stacked on top of this, and yeah, that's a nice position.
This is the
So
way.
be careful not to do that.
Not hunker down, not to slanting.
Yeah. There you go. That's better. Yeah.
Okay.
So when you're playing, feel your left foot. Are you really stacked on top of your foot? Is this violin really, really on top of that? Or is it here?
Yeah.
Do you feel the difference?
Uh-huh.
Here you're kind of fighting yourself because you're always a little bit off balance.
So-
Here you're really, and you can move around here,
Mhm.
but you want to feel that your pedestal, your foot that you're
Yeah.
standing on is your support, that you're moving around,
Yeah.
and this is over it.
Uh-huh.
at all times. Very nicely done. Good. Now let's imagine for a moment that we are screenwriters and we are doing a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when I hear that bum, bum,
Yeah.
bum, I feel like someone is hitting something.
Right.
Bum,
Right. Right.
bum, right?
Right.
So each one is a little forceful. Now, we need that sometimes in our piece because we
Yes,
need that
sometimes.
energy, right?
Yeah.
But how can you do a down bow that is not
Right.
like that? So imagine how a plane lands, right?
Yes.
The plane doesn't hit the ground and go bah,
Right.
right? But there's a gentle, or
Yeah,
if you
touch.
imagine stroking a cat or a dog, you kind of sink into it a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So when we do our downs, you can then decide to yourself, am I going to do an accented down bow, which is what you're doing right now,
Yeah.
or am I going to do a gentle, do you hear the difference in the quality? I'm
Yeah.
not ba anymore.
Right. Right.
So what helps us, and I think a lot of teachers, they call it a bow circle,
Yeah.
or a circle bow, where you are coming in a circle and doing this kind of motion. You're gently coming to the string and then taking it. See how I'm kind of circling my bow around instead of landing and going
Right. Right.
right. I'm landing and then.
Right.
And both are really important. It's not that one is wrong and the other is right. It's not.
Yeah.
But to be aware of what you're doing, because in most pieces you're not going to do a double
Or
down
this kind of a
with that.
striking.
Yeah. Because a lot of times you'll have a retake, like you'll have a piece of music. Do you see how I finished the piece and then I started? Yes, very different. Yeah, so actually circle it a little bit. Nice. Do you hear the difference in the quality?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Now, another thing to be careful of. Everything has its.
Right.
When you do that, you want to make sure that. So I'm starting to hear a little bit of this.
Oh.
So that this is what then gives the bit of a challenge, because you can land and then have your ba kind of sound, right? Or you can land softly and then go. In which case it starts to sound a little seasick because it's
Right.
right. So the challenge is, how do you get to the string gently, but draw that ba kind of sound, the da instead of da.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? So yes, you approach the string gently, but you want to keep your momentum. You don't come to it slowly and then speed up, because that gives the da.
Right.
So you have to land from that circle, but yes, that's it. Nice. Good. Good. Okay.
Yeah.
So all these things to listen to yourself.
Yeah.
Recordings are great for that, because you can go back and
Yeah.
it was
You can come back and do
or
it
ba,
again. Right.
And
So
all
make
of
a
these
note.
again
Feel, yeah.
are devices or things. Sometimes we want that where you start quiet and you build into a crescendo. You want that sometimes.
Yeah.
But to be aware of it so that it doesn't become a habit that everything you play sounds a little bit like
Drunk person, right?